me tell you something incredibly fascinating about your brain. Your brain cannot fully tell the difference between something that you vividly imagine and something that you actually experience. Did you know that? Which means that the pictures that you rehearse in your mind are quietly shaping the direction of your life. Now that might sound surprising at first, okay, but when you understand how the brain works, it actually explains a lot about why some habits stick and others don't. And today, because this is day 13 of my Elevate Life series, we're talking about why visualization literally changes your brain. If we haven't met yet, my name is Rhonda Dillard, and I absolutely love helping ambitious ladies just like you learn to manifest your most vibrant health and financial freedom, one intentional habit at a time, and one cutting edge wellness product at a time as well. And these habits have helped me to create what I call my intentional reality. So stick around to the end because I'm going to share how these habits are actually working in my own life right now. And I'll tell you what, I'm noticing as I practice them every day, um, and why I'm going to tell you why they're becoming non negotiable for me, okay? They have become non negotiable for me. Hello, Omar. Thank you for liking my live. Um, Now, here's something interesting. Your brain is already visualizing all day long. You can't stop it, all right? Whether you realize it or not, you can't stop it. Most people are just visualizing the wrong movie. If you've ever laid in bed imagining everything that could go wrong, congratulations. You've already experienced the power of visualization, and your brain just rehearsed stress instead of success. Now, we don't want to do that, right? Let's learn how to do this right. Your brain rehearsed worry instead of confidence, and your brain rehearsed problems instead of possibilities or probabilities, okay? The brain gets better at whatever it practices. That's a fascinating part about what the way we're designed. The brain strengthens the pathways it uses repeatedly. So if you're learning something and you do it over and over and over and over again, you strengthen that pathway and you get better and better at it, right? Whatever you rehearse in your mind is the same way. So it becomes more familiar and it's easier for your brain to repeat. And this is why visualization is so powerful when it's used intentionally. Your mind begins to recognize the direction that you want to move in. Your brain begins practicing the future before it even arrives. There's a little thing called gratitude in advance that I like to practice. Athletes really understand this really well. Before a big competition or whatever, they often will sit quietly and imagine the entire performance. They might do it for months before, okay? They imagine the movements, they smell the smells that they're going to smell, they feel everything in their environment, and in the end, they have that feeling of success. They walk all the way through it, right? And they do that because the brain strengthens the same neural pathways during vivid imagination as it does during physical practice. Right? The brain is literally rehearsing success before their body moves. And the exact same principle applies to your life as well. Your body cannot go where your mind has never been. If your brain has never experienced the life that you want, your actions struggle to move in that direction. Does that make sense? Visualization helps your brain experience in a different future, okay, in advance. And it helps your mind rehearse instead of problems, it rehearses success. Now, Once you train your brain, once your brain recognizes that picture, your actions will follow. Now, this is exactly why visualization is one of the 3 habits that in my must have guide to manifesting. The guide talks about the 3 habits that the most successful people on the planet practice. I'm not talking just about money, I'm talking about people that get what they want. They are successful in every way, and they're happy because they're successful in every way. Um, they are gratitude, meditation, and visualization. Okay, and you'll hear me over and over and over talk about those 3 habits. Um, Visualization is where you paint the picture of the life that you want to create, and you allow your imagination to show your brain what your future can look like. Use all your senses. Don't just see things, but imagine how they everything would taste and smell and what you hear. The more vivid and encompassing that your movie is in your brain, the more your brain will believe that it's real, and it will work on achieving what you're imagining, what you want. And when you combine that with gratitude and meditation with your visualization, something really powerful begins to happen. Your thoughts become calmer. Your stress level goes down. Who has stress sometimes? Your focus becomes clearer. Who has that foggy haze sometimes? And your brain begins recognizing which direction you truly want to move in. The guide explains this, that visualization is not just thinking about your dreams, it's actually experiencing them with your senses. And you imagine the environment, you imagine the feelings, and the more that you do this, the better your brain can build what you want. You imagine the success as if it's already happening, gratitude in advance. The more real it feels in your brain, the stronger the connection becomes. And the stronger the connection becomes, the more your mind begins to move your actions in that direction. Once you start doing this, you'll understand what I'm saying. And this is manifestation. Okay? Now there's something that I want you to think about. If your brain gets better at whatever it practices, what has your mind been rehearsing lately? Have you been rehearsing stress and frustration? Or have you been rehearsing peace and progress and possibility? Because the truth is, the movie playing in your mind today becomes the direction your life moves in tomorrow. And when you change the pictures that your brain is rehearsing, when you change those pictures in your mind, you begin changing the direction of your life. I can't say it enough, okay? That's exactly why visualization is such a powerful habit. Trains your brain to recognize that life that you actually want to live. And if you don't know, then we can talk about that, okay? Because you may not have ever pictured it before. Let's talk about what's good, what is in your heart, all right? Now, I told you at the beginning that I was going to share how these habits that I've been working on, for me personally, how they've been working for me, okay? Because this Elevate Life series is not just about teaching for me. It's about practicing these habits in real life. I have rededicated myself to practicing these habits. Now, I have been practicing them for several years, and I've gotten so much out of it. My life is very peaceful. I have everything that I want. Okay, and not bragging. This was a lot of work. To get where I am. Right, every single day I do these practices, and I've developed a simple routine. But if you back when several years ago, I had no idea. I had to create a routine that really works. That's simple. So here's what I've been noticing as I keep practicing these incredible habits every day. My mind feels calmer and more focused. All right. My thoughts are getting a lot, even more intentional than they were about where I want to go. Because now that I've reached a comfortable place, now I'm ready to go to the next level. Okay. And that level is taking you with me. So, and something else has been happening that I didn't quite expect. I'm actually feeling better about getting up and moving since I've been using the Manifest Your Best Health manifesting routine. I mean, last night I did some stair stepping with my little arm weights, and then I stretched and I did a little yoga. Nothing Olympic, but hey, we move the body, right? And that counts. And here's the funny part: the food wasn't yelling at me all day, trying to sabotage my healthy efforts. When that noise quiets down, making better choices, gets a whole lot easier. I got my two vegetables in, which I'm really focusing on. I got only one fruit, but yeah, only one fruit, but I'm working on two and giving myself a little grace because I'm getting there while the habit settles in. And my goal right now is simple: I want to crowd out the unhealthy stuff with the healthy stuff. So when you start adding the good things in consistently, something interesting happens. I mean, the healthier choices start taking up more space. And so the things that weren't helping you, they slowly kind of fade into the background. It stops feeling like a fight and it starts feeling like progress, right? And that's really what these habits do over time. You begin noticing that your thoughts are more clear and you can gently steer them in a better direction. Those little small shifts that you make start changing the way your whole day unfolds. That 5 minutes in the morning in the manifesting routine is gold. And if you aren't following it, please, please, please join us. That's really the whole goal of this process. Not perfection, but intentional progress. And even I've been doing this for years, and I am making progress now by rededicating myself and becoming more. Um, it's more in my mind. It's up front in my mind now. If you want to learn these three habits that start this whole process, I explain them inside my free guide, the must have guide to manifesting. Okay, it introduces gratitude, meditation, and visualization, how they begins shaping your intentional reality. Now, you can find the guide in my link. It's very simple and it will give you a simple place to begin practicing these habits yourself. Okay, now, people, you have got one life. I want you to make it the one that you were meant to live, the one that you've always wanted to live. You'll have a great night, and I will